The San Francisco 49ers not only conquered the West, they swept the West. Yes, clean sweeps right here on the WayneBreezie Show.
Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Breezy this, breezy that. Ain't nobody working like Breezy, and that's a fact. Overmotivated is an understatement. Gold-blooded to the core, got your squad hating. Breezy make it look easy. Breezy on everything like 05, 067 Wheezy. This is not a gang. Yeah, we faithful in every way. And even though we on the East Coast, very loyal to the Bay. Heavy red and gold every day. And if you really a Niner fan, I know you can relate. Applying pressure with this content like Smaller Bear. We not accepting no slander about Trey, so beware. I stay in exclusively Niner hats. And I always tell the truth, this exclusively Niner facts. Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Yeah. Breezy this.
Yo! What's going on, faithful? It's your boy, WayneBreezie, a.k.a. the Piano Man, a.k.a. Wayne Cracks, a.k.a. I'ma get loud, a.k.a. it's time to get live like the wire. I set the whole choir on fire. Listen, I'm on fire right now. Because if you don't know, now you know. San Francisco 49ers, I know they're not in first place, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay sometimes not to have that first seed. That's what I'm going to tell myself. That's what I'm hoping the 49ers tell themselves, so that they continue to play with that chip on their shoulder. You dig? What's going on, everybody out there? We got a crazy show for you guys. I'm sorry that it's a little bit later than normal. So if it's early afternoon where you are, my apologies. If it's still morning, you want to have that cup of coffee with your boy Breezy, please get your grab your cup of Joe, whatever it is you want to call it. Why do we call it Joe anyway? Never understood that phrase, but it is what it is. Thank y'all for being here. Shout out to all the subscribers to the channel. Make sure you guys, if you're not subscribed, hit that like button. All right. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's the little red button. I don't know if it's still the color red or whatever, but if it is the color red, that's what we representing. Because listen, the 49ers not only conquered the West, and listen, conquering the West isn't enough. It's just not enough. I see everybody out here in the chat saying it's time to take 6. We've been thinking about taking 6 for the past several seasons, but there's something about this team that makes me feel uber confident, just as confident as Brock Purdy is at playing quarterback, just as confident as Kyle Shanahan letting Brock Purdy play quarterback. I'm that confident in this 2022 to 2023 team. I got to give quick shout outs to all the members of the channel, man. Shout out to Boats. I see you out there, baby. Jerome is in the house. The beautiful Miss Debbie is here. This is how we do it. Hey, go. This is how we shine. Y'all know nothing about the Cabbage Patch? Okay, no problem. I'll teach you how to do that one day once I learn how to do it. Happy Victory Monday. That's exactly what it is. It's Victory Monday again for the 10th straight time on top of that. Happy Victory Monday. Hit that like button, y'all. It's really important. We're trying to grow the channel, guys. We're trying to grow the channel. It's up to you guys to get YouTube to push this show up to one of the top 49er content shows. You love it. I love you, but let's make sure that YouTube loves it too. All right, Punchinella in the shoe. Thank you, Miss Debbie. Shout out to my man Jerome. He's in the house. Boats. Christy Marie's in the building. All right, I see you, Melissa. I see you. Everybody out there. I'm not going to get a chance to be able to shout out all the names. Definitely want to highlight some of the members out there. West Coast Kings was ever. Hey, man, hit me up with the email of your mailing address, because you hit me up, but you didn't hit me back. So I want to make sure I get you what I said I was going to get you, fam. All right. Shout out to everybody again that's out there, man. Round of applause for y'all tuning in. I hope you guys were able to enjoy some of the overreaction shows. We had the Nitty Gritty crew on last night. Had my man Dion from Niner Game Podcast was on here. Terradome was on here. A bunch of the faithfuls jumped on, took some victory shots. We had a great time last night. Nice little show. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty cool. Guys, if you guys have some questions and things like that, please make sure you go ahead and post them. If you guys are going to leave super chats, I will be saving them to the end of the show. Shout out to my man Mike, my brother Mike Andrews, man, who kind of like is my mentor in this podcasting game. Got to give the man his props. He kind of schools me to some things. We don't agree on everything, but I listen and I hear what he's saying. So don't be mad if I do save super chat contributions to the end of the show. I just want to make sure we do that kind of like full recap. And he does break it down and says it's a way to recap for those that just tune in a little bit later to the show. We got over 100 people in here already. I did not put up a poll question. We're going to have poll questions all week long. Do you guys want me to continue the Kahoot stuff on throughout the playoffs? I feel like we should do it. I like to give stuff away anyway. So yeah, let's do it anyway. Really quickly on the channel though, make sure you guys go ahead again, hit that like button, check out the song Breezy This, Breezy That. You know the intro be popping. All right, Lake City and I, we working on putting out a small EP. So that's what we're going to be working on in the off season. You know what I'm saying? So while the playoffs is going, we got a single that we supposed to be dropping for the playoffs. Hey, Lake City, I don't know if you're watching right now. I need you to get to work. Let's go. It's time. All right. Like, comment, subscribe right here. YouTube.com/@the WayneBreezie. All right. New channel, new handle. Make sure you guys follow this channel. That other channel is still up and running. Do not support that channel. Please, if you did not unsubscribe to the original channel, please do that. That would do me a huge favor. All right. Make sure if you're listening to the podcast, those that are listening to the show, all right, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever it is you listen to it, make sure you leave a review. I don't care if it's 5. I want the 5-star, but make sure you leave a review. And don't forget, new year, new Patreons. We're trying to build the Patreon for the exclusive stuff where we actually have exclusive types of shows, not just the same stuff you see on YouTube. All right. So that's why joining the Patreon will be something that, for those fans that want that exclusivity. I think that's how you say the word. All right. So it's a weird word to say. Patreon.com/WayneBreezie. Every week you get that, you get the Red Light special show with me and Mike. And there's going to be other shows that I'm going to be doing with other content creators that you could only get exclusive on the Patreon. So make sure you guys go ahead and join that. And then again, our sponsors, shout out to Residency. www.residency.com is where you can get some of the coolest hats. They released that candlestick hat is back on the market. It's just the tan and the red, or the gold and the red, whatever it is you want to call it, as far as color wise. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. If you see me looking to the side of my screen, I got my laptop going here, so stuff pops up here a little quicker than it does here. Use the promo code SFBreezy. All right, make sure you guys use that promo code. Don't forget to follow on Facebook, Twitter, IG, all that good stuff. Still, am I 6K on IG? If I am, we got to do the congratulations because it's because of you guys. I got to check. Can somebody check to see if I'm on 6K? I'm trying to check as we speak. I felt like it went up. I could be wrong. Let's see. Because it was at 5 point something K. We got lots. Oh, we hit the 6K mark. Round of applause to everybody out there. Didn't know? Kind of thought I was dreaming. Shout out to my man Steve. He's out there doing a great job managing the Instagram account. Shout out to Peachy. She's doing a great job just managing social media, period. All right, period. All right, let's get down to the get down, like the nitty gritty, something that we like to talk about here. That's kind of like what we do. Look, let's just start with what we're going to start with. The daggone 49ers are the hottest team in football. They will remain the hottest team. Here's why they're the hottest team. Let me define hot. Win streak. 10. If that's the biggest, longest win streak in the league, that makes them the hottest team. I don't care who they beat. And whoever wants to receive this message and take it outside of context, I'm going to simply say, this is for you. When you continue to find ways to win, It's not about dominating a team. That's what the power rankings are all about. Cool. I didn't say they were the number one power ranked team in the league. I said that they were the hottest team in the league. And now that the season's over, I feel like we can have this conversation, right? Because don't y'all remember the episode where we talked about winning out after the bye? And I said they can win out. They looking at the schedule, they're going to do it. Like, I felt like that's exactly what was going to happen because I felt something clicked. That's why I say these things. They might be bad takes. They might be takes y'all just want to disagree with. They might be takes you just don't believe in. And that's cool. But I had this feeling, and they did it. And it doesn't make me right, and I'm not trying to prove a point. The 49ers, not only did they win out after, before the bye week, right? So they beat the Rams, and then they just kept winning. So not only did they win out, they heated up. If you listen to the pressers yesterday, it was so dope because you heard Fred Warner, George Kittle. Nick Bosa is kind of really hard to listen to him. I be trying, they should let him go first, and then, no disrespect, Nick, I don't want you sacking me. No disrespect. I'm just saying, kind of dull and boring. But it's cool. I love him. Love him to death. But listen, they won out. Regular season. They set a goal. They did what they had to do. They accomplished that goal. Which player? I think multiple players said it yesterday, and it was cool hearing the players say that. But the regular season is over, and we got the rest of the week to talk about that. Like, we got the rest of the week to talk about Seattle, which we'll preface a little bit today because that's who we're playing. 49ers are playing the Seattle Seahawks and the playoffs for the third time, and we'll get to that. All right, we got a hot topic we'll talk about tomorrow, but let's talk about right now. Let's recap what we saw. I want to give my grade overall for the team, and then I will definitely want to, give my players of the game, and then we'll get down to some nitty-gritty talk, as far as news and stuff like that. But the 49ers, it's Victory Monday, and everybody should be celebrating because the 49ers in fashion, they did what they were supposed to do, right? They went out and they defeated the Cardinals 38-13. It didn't look good at first. Slow start again. Fred Warner said something about the slow starts, right? He said that, hey, Miss Jacqueline Knox is in the building. What's going on? He said something about, it's the playoffs now. The one thing I loved about Fred, I did, I'm going to lead this up here. I did. It's going to happen, bro. Watch it happen. Just watch. It wasn't the game. No trickery plays from Kyle Shanahan. I put that out there. You guys said no trickery plays. Watch it happen. Guarantee you, look for it. Playoffs. Don't know when. What if it's? So I got a thing. What if it's when if Dallas beats Tampa, we'll get Dallas come into San Francisco once we beat Seattle. Put two and two together, Collie. Put two and two together, bro. But here's the thing. 49ers went out there, started slow. Fred Warner said it again. He's like, yeah, man, our mentality was 1-0. It was 1-0 for every game. Now our mentality is win or go home. If they were that dominant with a 1-0 mentality, how dominant do you think this 49ers team is going to be when they got to switch to win or go home? And I'm sure every team is going to have that same mentality. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to be about it. Mike, I bring up Mike a lot because that's my bro. He said it before anybody said it. That Raiders game was the biggest test of the season. No, none of y'all are gonna agree with it, and I get it. And I hated that he said that because I was like, no, excuse me, they need to be dominant. But the Raiders flipped the script on the Niners. They hit him with the ookie dookie, like they hit him with a curveball, which Second play of this game. Second play of the game against the Cardinals. What they hit the Niners with? A ookie dookie play, a trickster play, a flea weird ass flicker type of play that just a quarterback named David Blau throws the ball up, 50-50 ball in the air to my man AJ Green, the super duper senior of the NFL. If you guys never seen Higher Learning, you won't get that reference. Super duper senior, Ice Cube, been there for 30 years. That's how I feel like AJ Green has been in this league. Tommy, what's going on, baby? And it was a touchdown. Now, we could blame Demo or Diamador Lenore, whatever it is you choose to want to call him. He doesn't like to be called by his whole name, so I'm going to call him Demo. Or you could blame Gibson. I'm going to blame both of them. Because I know that Demo was there. I know that he was in position, but he still didn't have the athleticism to make the play. But Gibson, you got to make that tackle. Now, I will say that Gibson's presser was the best. He had the best pressers this week. I mean, Gibson reminded me of Tico Raw 2019. I swear to goodness, they're the same player. They have the same story. And they win my heart the same way. I'll figure out how to draw that comparison later on this week. I'll figure it out. Michael says that was OPI. It definitely was. It definitely was. But the refs didn't call it though, bro. So it's like you still got to play through it. So just like in the Raiders game, to me, the biggest play in the Raiders game wasn't the first Devontae Adams catch where he caught the ball over Demo. It was the one they left him wide open. It wasn't the touchdown to Darren Waller. It was the one they just gave up on the play. He was just wide open. That was the worst one. In this game, the worst play happened early. I'm telling you right now. When they say that defense wins championships, I watched the defense adjust. Now, did they test Diamador Lenore deep again? Not really. Not really. They couldn't because the pressure started dialing up. How many sacks did we finish with in this game? Let me go ahead and get these stats up here. Go to team stats. 3. Right? So we sacked them. We sacked the Cardinals 3 times. Bosa got a sack. Abucom got a sack. And I can't remember the third sack off the top of my head. I'll find it, though, for sure. And I'm sure some of y'all somebody gonna put it in the dang on chat. You know what I'm saying? So it was the pressure started dialing up on David Blau. And go figure, that boy was running. He was running for his life. He was running. If there was a new Sims ramp, I ain't get it. I really, I was talking to my brother John, and did Jordan Willis got a sack too? The strip sack. That's why people started. Jordan Willis, no relation to Patrick Willis, but maybe there's some type of lineage there because he's playing some of the greatest football. Jordan Willis, or was it Ty McGill? It was Willis. I'll just, you know what? Why am I sitting here? I got the daggone thing right in front of me. So let me go ahead and just pull up the box score. Let me just stop being lazy and doing that. And here we go. Now, McGill had a tackle for a loss. And you know what? PFF credited the sack by Abucom, half a sack to Abucom, half a sack to Omenahu. It's possible. But Willis and Bosa got the other sacks. So there's your 3 sacks. McGill did have that tackle for a loss. And then what I liked about this game the most was who played the most snaps? Diamador Lenore. Azeez Al-Shire was 2. Gibson and Hufanga was 3 and 4. Jimmy Ward was 5. And then you could tell they started taking their starters, out. And then you have your regular rotational players. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I liked about this particular game, though. When you look at these stats, 49ers dominated 9 more minutes with the ball, 11 more offensive plays. They had 311 yards to 255 yards. The defense in the first half gave up 200, not two, was it one something? I know they only gave up like 60 yards in the second half. That, you want to talk about adjustments? And if you take away that 80-yard play, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to figure out how to get over these little silly brain farts. They just be brain farts. Here's the best part of the 49ers game. Y'all ready for this? The best part of the Niners game? I'm gonna put up the number 2. Who can tell me what I'm talking about? 2 for the 49ers. Just 2. And don't be cheating and pulling up the stats. But this is the best part of the 49ers game. Because every week we talk about the 49ers have to play disciplined football. This might have been the most disciplined football that they've ever played. And some people are saying interceptions, and I'm not talking about INTs. That's not discipline. I'm talking about penalties. The 49ers had 2 penalties in this game. Y'all better stand up and be proud that your team is playing disciplined football headed into the playoffs. Disciplined football will help you win championships. Because we watched this team go with games. I go back to week 1. God dang, we only lose the game because of undisciplined football. Week 1. We only lose to, I don't care if Trey Lance sucked. I don't care about the weather. I don't care about none of that. Go back and check the penalties in that game. It was like 11-3. I wish you was here and you could do the ding, but I'll do it. Guys, don't discount what these what's going on. I don't have the breakdown who has the flags on top of right here in front of me, bro. Klassar 49, but I'm telling you right now, these the 49ers only had 2 penalties. 2? Because I saw somebody mention penalties next week, like this upcoming week against the Seahawks. We know Seahawks get their flags. I don't know anymore. I don't know. And they even called a penalty. Nick Bosa even got like a penalty, like he got a holding call for once in his life. Yes, Nigel. I don't have the stats right in front of me. And if I had somebody here, I would check. But I'm sure penalties is what causes us things. Second most important part of this game. All right. Number 1, disciplined football. Second most important part, getting out of this game healthy. Getting out of this game healthy. Kyle Shanahan has 0 injuries to report. I feel like I'm about to tear up because I get it. Third quarter, got a chance to rest some players. Did you hear what Nick Bosa said about? Did you hear? Jake Brendel did have a penalty. Thank you, Zach. And Samson Ebukam had the penalties. Those were your 2 penalties. The Jake Brendel penalty before I get to health, can I go back and recap the 2 penalties? Shout out to Zach. Appreciate you, my guy. Hey, man, become a member of the channel, bro. I would love for you to enjoy the perks. Jake Brendel penalty was the false start. He went on the 1 and the count was on the 2. And remember, it was the Brock Purdy quarterback sneak on the 1. We only needed 1 yard and Brock Purdy got like bent up in halfway. It was like, oh no, Brock, don't ever run the ball. I wonder if that was the play. And then I don't know. I just don't want to see Brock Purdy. I'd rather Brock Purdy hand it to a running back. I just don't want to see him quarterback sneak it ever. Thumbs up if you want Brock Purdy quarterback sneak it. I wouldn't even care if Jimmy Garoppolo came in the game just to do quarterback sneaks. I don't want Brock Purdy quarterback sneaking. I think that's where I am. David Banner, yo, what's good? Jake Brendel had that one. That was toward the end of the game. The other one was the Samson Ebukam. I can't remember the Samson Ebukam joint, though. I really can't. I can't remember what he did. But those were the two penalties. Shout out to Zach Naval for saying that. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And you know what? Subscribe to the channel. Not subscribe to the channel. Join the channel. Become I would love for you guys to join the Kyle Shanahan package, which is the exclusive package. All right, there's 3 packages. But listen, join the one that fits you and suits you. Melissa, I said, so Melissa doesn't want Jimmy Garoppolo coming in doing quarterbacks. I'm assuming that's what your thumbs downs are for. I'm with that. I'd rather give it to Jimmy Garoppolo, who's like 100% on the quarterback sneaks, than Kyle Juszczyk. And I like this. Where's my man Terradone? What did he say? He says Brock got to learn to squeeze in between the guard and the center and fit that gap. Yeah, he do, but I don't want him learning right now. It's the playoffs. You learn in the offseason. Like this ain't. There's no more times to be learning. Like learn in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with that. And yes, AJ Votion, you're right. That's why I said there were 2 busted plays in this game. Two busted plays. All right. Now, the first one was on Brendel. I mean, the second one was on Brendel because I can't remember the order of the timing that they happened, but that one was on Brendel. That's the second time this season he's done that too. So he did it with Trey Lance too. I don't know if you guys remember that. But that one was on Brendel. And it was just that he went, whatever. He got the penalty, and it was a busted play. Because the snap got dropped. So he just picked it up and ran it. But I don't know. Maybe it was better for him to just tuck his head and just go down. I still don't think he runs quarterback sneaks well. That does not change the fact that I don't want that man running quarterback sneaks. The second busted play was also a bad handoff exchange to Elijah Mitchell. Aloha, Brian. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing that, man. You know what I'm saying? Zach became a member. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining and becoming a member of the YouTube channel, man. I appreciate the love and the support, brother. Thank you so much. Shout out to my man Zach. But the second one was the bad exchange. I don't know if Elijah Mitchell missed the exchange or if Brock just didn't hand it off right or proper or whatever like that. But like Terradome is saying, it was the timing of the exchange. It was off. Listen, man, Elijah Mitchell just came back. Hey, we're going to talk about that because we got to get down to that. We got to get down to some more of the stuff that we saw in the game. So my number one was the disciplined football. Okay, these are my 3 takes from the game. Disciplined football. You can't, 2 penalties. They had 7. So when you win that, you're looking pretty dang good on trying to get out there with a win. Okay. What's going on? My sister Tanya's in the building, man. She's been a member for a month. I would, in the Shanahan special, I'm going to give her the air horn. I don't know if it shows up here, but it definitely shows up on my YouTube feed. She's been a member for a month. I got to give her a shout out. But she's been a member much longer than that. The original channel got canceled and everybody had to start all over. But thank you so much, Tanya. But yes, I just wanted to point out, the turnover things was crazy. Like for me, that was dope. My third thing is not the turnover battle, the penalty thing. The third thing, though, for me, for the 49ers is that, even though they started off slow, the fact that the 49ers are able to adjust on the fly. Pay attention to that key phrase, on the fly. On the fly. On the fly is key because when you get hit with a whammy, and I will say that first play on that bust, I wouldn't say it was busted coverage. It was great coverage. It was just a missed tackle. It was bad playing on defense. Tashawn Gibson doesn't make the tackle. Deamadre Lenore is unable to make the play. When you're able to adjust on the fly, though, you give up a play that early, okay? And then all of a sudden, shout out to my brother Eddie. Eddie G's in the building. Another member for the month, man. Appreciate you, man. The Trey area package is popping. Might have to change that to the Brock Purdy special. I'm going to have to create another package, call it the Purdy special. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to create another package called the Purdy special. Peachy, if you can remember that, please help me out. Um, the simple fact that they were able to make adjustments on the fly was like key, because the offense struggled, the defense got punched in the mouth again. Then all of a sudden, the defense came back to that A+ defense. Right? That's what I saw. I saw A+ defense. I saw a grade 1 defense from the starters and the reserves. Ain't nothing you could tell me about the 49ers depth anymore. And you want to know why they're playing so well? Continuity, repetition, the fact that they've been together all damn year long. They had to insert some pieces in there, here, there. There were some injuries that popped up. But adjusting on the fly, it's not just about adjusting. Like, these guys adjusted on the fly. It wasn't at halftime that they had to adjust. I wanted the score to be bigger at the half. Coming on that second half, the 49ers double dipped. You remember they scored a touchdown before the half, and then they come back out and get another one. Double dipping. Double dipping. My man Terra Dome says adjustments are pivotal. You must be flexible in the moment. My favorite tree is a palm tree. Only grows in tropics and has to withstand storms. Speaking of palm tree, they were definitely using some of that palms coverage, bruh, since you brought up the palms. You know what I'm saying? We're going to create another package called the Purdy Special. I'll try to find a price and some type of perk for you guys to want to join that package for sure. So those are my 3 things. I felt like the 49ers did what they needed to do. And let's talk about what they accomplished, right? Because I want to get down to some of their accomplishments in winning this game. So the first thing that they accomplished was they continued the 10-game winning streak. Right? So winning 10 in a row is something to, like, talk about, but like, you kind of got to put it in a jar, because 10 in a row means nothing if you don't win the chip. So what's the whole purpose of winning 10 in a row and you don't actually bring home the Lombardi? So right now, that 10 in a row, even though it's dope, it's good for the end of the regular season. Time to put that in a jar. Bring that back out after you win the Super Bowl. Be like, yo, we won 10 in a row in the regular season and then went off and dominated the next 4 games. Wild card, division, NFC Championship, Super Bowl. Christy, another member for a month. When you hear that air horn, man, those are the members talking. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for that compliment. There's just a lot that we want to get to as far as personal accolades, and we'll get to it. I promise you. And then I should be able to. I don't know if I'll be able to open up the things today. Want to kind of keep that to the limit, but I'll be traveling Friday. So this week is my birthday, and I'll be headed out to California for the wild card game and 49ers Rush podcast. We're gonna be out there doing a dope tailgate on Saturday, guys. The game is on Saturday, so don't forget. All right, 4:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not forget. I'll make sure I try to promote that all week long. 4:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4:30 to 4:35 kickoff. Right, Saturday, January 14th. Okay, not the 15th. Birthday is the 15th. So when we win, I'll be celebrating like a mug. I'm gonna be in Cali, so y'all make sure y'all take care of me out there. But listen, it's gonna be back to the things that they accomplished. So the 10-game win streak is cool. I think the best thing that they accomplished was securing the second seed. Like, they secured it. They was like, you know what? Minnesota won. Cool. Let's keep them at 3. Philly, they were paying attention to Philly, but Philly ended up winning. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing they could do about it. So they said, you know what? Philly's winning. Let's go ahead and secure number 2, which means this. Securing the second seed means this. Thank you for all the early birthday shout outs. Securing the second seed simply just means this. And I'm with you, Bomber T. I'd rather have the second seed. I kind of get where you're coming from, because the 49ers still get to control their destiny, something that we've been talking about all season long, right? Shout out to Peachy too, 13-4. Shout out to everybody that predicted them going 13-4. Happy early birthday, Mike, as well. And DeMarcus, your birthday was Friday, and so we didn't do a show. I don't know if you're watching, but we'll make sure we sing happy birthday to you, my brother, if DeMarcus sticks in his watch. But here's the cool thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be really, securing that second seed is super important, because they get to play at home for the wild card. They win the wild card, and then the divisional round comes there too, no matter what. No matter what, all the 49ers got to do is keep their streak alive. They get at least 2 games at home, minimum. They could possibly get the NFC Championship game there too, but we won't focus on that. Let's just bank on the Eagles doing what they need to do, and the 49ers got to do what they got to do. If the 49ers do what they got to do, then they're going to have to travel to Philly, which is good for me because now I could be on the East Coast. And I can really support my boys from the East Coast because I'll take over Philly in a minute. Y'all feel me? I'm telling you. But listen, not trying to jump ship. 49ers got to play the Seahawks this weekend. It's not going to be an easy game, but it's going to be an easy game. I'm just going to leave it at that. But here, man, this is cool, right? They secure the 2nd seed, and that's the best part. The 49ers get to kind of control their destiny. They play better at home. Guys, do the math. Do the math. 8-1 at home? Y'all got 8-1 at home? I got 8-1 at home. I could be one off. I know they only lost 1 game at home, though. You can't tell me that they lost more than 1 game at home. They won the majority of them games. They won at home. Matter of fact, the only loss they got was to the damn gone Kansas City Chiefs. The one team I just don't want to play, but I kind of want to play. Like, I don't want to play them, but I kind of want to play him because you're getting these Brock Purdy kind of comparisons to Patrick Mahomes kind of comparisons. A guy that has the escapability in the pocket, a guy that can keep a play alive, a guy that's looking down the field to make the pass. He ain't as accurate as Patrick Mahomes, but he definitely can keep some plays alive. Brock looks good. Hey, man, securing that 2nd seed. And then the third thing is, they got bragging rights coming into next year, right? Because they swept the West. They told the Rams, They beat the Rams, and I know the consensus of the story is going on. Hear me out. I'm gonna throw this out there at you. I hope I don't lose any viewers for this. I'm gonna throw this out here at you guys, and just let me know how you feel, okay? Cliff Kingsbury got fired today. So I don't care what you say, the 49ers are getting coaches fired. So that's number one. Before Kingsbury got fired, because Sean McVay is still the head coach of the Rams, right? But they got him thinking, right? And I know the story is out saying that Sean McVay got themselves in a wormhole, you dig? And it's more like he don't want to dig himself out of the salary cap hell that they're going to be in. Hey, man, that's part of football, bruh. You can't inherit a team and want to win a Super Bowl and you go out on the limb and you just say, yo, get me that player, Von Miller, get me that player, OBJ, get me this player, and then expect not to find a way to crawl out of the situation. Yo, we've been giving Parag Marathe, like, and John Lynch, like, we've been giving them SHI. We've been giving them that. We have. Every time there's a player available, we like, yo, go get this guy. Go get this guy. Go get this guy. And there's a reason why. Because they wait for the right guy to become available. They played a long game. Christian McCaffrey is probably the best 49ers acquisition during the season of all time. It might be the best acquisition of all time in the NFL. Mid-season, they make a trade for a first-round draft pick that can possibly be something detrimental to the league. Everybody, all y'all was scared. Oh, what if he gets hurt? Oh, what if he... Yo, it's football, man. Cut the hurt talk out. I'm keeping it a buck. It's nitty-gritty. It's a WayneBreezie show. That's why we nitty-gritty anyway. Cut the hurt talk out. Anybody could get hurt. Hell, Kyle Shanahan could get hurt if he throw a clipboard so hard up in the air, come down, hit him in the nose. Like, anybody could get hurt. It's the game we play. I don't know why I don't look at stuff like that. It's part of the game, and if it happens, you'd be like, oh, man, damn. All right. Well, it's not about getting hurt. It's about how do you get over the adversity after something happens. It's about that. It's how do you handle it? All right. Every year, the 49ers franchise finds a way to deal with adversity. That's what they do. And they're still not even playing with the top health of some of their players. I don't care what anybody said. I know Mike McGlinchey is playing better as far as of lately. He's playing better. He still isn't the still don't look as good as he used to look in that run game. And I really think the injury is bothering him. And I don't think Javon Kinlaw will ever be healthy until he kind of like fully sits out a year or two. He ain't got a year or two to sit out. He's got to figure it out. He got to figure it out. So like them guys, they ain't going to be healthy. As long as they continue to play, there's no way they could be healthy. But they gridiron players. They out there. They out there doing their thing. But seeing back to CMC, man, that acquisition was crazy, right? Because when you look at it, you're like, okay, 49ers got to figure this out. First week, we lose. We lose to the Chiefs. And after that, Kyle figured out, first game, I'm going to let CMC come in here. We're going to throw him the damn ball, and we're going to let him throw the ball. Boom. We're like, oh. And then it was run. And then it was like, oh, yeah. And then you started watching him do Madden juke moves. And then you lose Elijah Mitchell in Mexico City after he just comes back from an injury. You lose that back that can kind of spell this guy to give him some less wear and tear. And then you got to put your faith in a rookie and then in another rookie that's coming back off of an injury. And so you can't tell me that this team don't figure out adversity. I think 49ers losing and the Kyle Shanahan regiment has been the best thing for this organization. Might not be the best thing for the fan base, but facing adversity and finding ways to overcome it. You know what it is? It's not overcoming the adversity. It's finding ways to handle if you get hit with this type of adversity. Like, right? Oh, man, I've dealt with injuries from running backs the past 4 years. Guess what? Hey, man, John, you think Christian McCaffrey might be available, man? Because, I mean, if we can make that happen, man, I could do some things. Christian McCaffrey made Jimmy Garoppolo look better. He's making Brock Purdy look good. And I can't wait to see what the hell he does with Trey Lance, because Trey Lance adds another element to the NFL. It's in his DNA. I'm going to leave it at that. That acquisition is crazy. But if you want to talk about why the 49ers are remaining hot and why they continue to do these things that they're doing, you know, beating the Cardinals is bragging rights. Getting that coach fired, because that's where I was, is crazy. Now, Sean McVay, you know what I'm saying? I think he's scared. Hey, if there's Ram fans watching this joint, hey, man, I'm going to call like I'm going to call it. Y'all should be mad. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at your coach. He set this bed. He made it. And now he's walking away. And I'm not saying he's going to quit, but hey, young guy could probably make a lot of money in the booth, and he could, have time to come back. It won't be with the Rams. I can tell you that right now. It'll be a team that can pick up his contract or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Hey, all I'm saying is Kingsbury's out. McVay's on his way out, and I'm going to tell you this right now. This is where I'm getting to this point right here, okay? And if you guys are giving super chat contributions, please let them come in. I appreciate them. They help support the channel. Okay, but I'm gonna save them toward the end. I'm starring them, and I won't miss them. I promise. I'll come back to it. So Terra Dome, I see you out there. Don't forget me. Here's what I'm saying. That's a funny comment you just made. I'm gonna try to highlight it. You on one today, brother? They play the Seahawks. This can possibly be Pete Carroll's last game as head coach of the Seahawks. When the 49ers beat Seattle, I'm confident. I know y'all don't want to play a team 3 times in a row, especially the divisional. That's the only time you could do it, right? 2 times in the regular season, 1 time in the playoffs. I get it. This ain't the same Seahawks team. And I can say that the 49ers pretty much dominated the Seahawks this year. And if I'm Pete Carroll, this is the one year I'm trying to walk away from. I might as well do it. Hey, man, we get dominated 3 times by the same team. You know what? I got us the Super Bowl. I'm going to be on my way out and let one of these younger guys kind of like take the run. That would be 3 coaches that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch run out of the NFC West. Pay attention to that. All right, there's some news going on, and we'll talk about it. I see that Adam Peters or Lynch. Speaking of Adam Peters, he has been requested to go speak to teams to possibly become a general manager of a team. So this is going to happen, guys. Get ready for all the smoke. It's going to be crazy. You're going to see 49er coaches out. DeMeco Ryans, I love you. I want him to know this. I love you, man. And I appreciate everything you've done. But if you go to the Arizona Cardinals, the Los Angeles Rams, or them Seattle Seahawks, bro, I'm coming for that 38-year-old neck. I'm telling you right now, you could go to any other team, D'Amico. I will support you, my bro. But if you go to them 3 teams right now, the only team that need a head coach is going to be Arizona. And I'm not trying to speak that into existence. But what I'm trying to say is if you find your way there, because if I'm D'Amico, I'm looking at the teams and I'm looking at my quarterbacks. And I don't need a quarterback in Arizona. They got a defense. They got Hassan Reddick, Isaiah Simmons. Yo, I want all the smoke. All of it. Matter of fact, I'll smoke the smoke. I want it. The only thing D'Amico could beat me in is probably an arm wrestling competition, but I'm pretty strong, and he probably could beat me in the race. If he don't, but he ain't running every day like Salah. I run every day. All right. And I know somebody, Texans need a head coach. Yeah, but hear me out. Arizona's built a little bit better. He'll get DeAndre Hopkins. He'll get a pretty solid offensive line. He's losing J.J. Watt, but guess what? He gonna take some of them dudes from the Niners, bro. Man, look, man. Just don't go to the Cardinals. Don't go to the Rams, and don't go to the Seahawks. And D'Amico will be straight. My man Travis King said that, he has this gut feeling D'Amico is going to remain with the 49ers. I went to the store and I brought him some probiotics and some yogurt. I got him some stuff to help break down the enzymes in his gut, because I don't know about that. Christy Marie says she's praying for him to stay. Nigel says he's going to go back to the Texans because that's where he played. Frankie's saying he's going to Denver. I don't think he want to play with Russell. I don't think anybody wants Russell Wilson. I think the best team right now that's available that's going to need a head coach is the Arizona Cardinals, because when I look at all those quarterbacks, the best out of those quarterback situations, hey, D'Amico goes to the Texans. He's going to need a quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be sold in on Davis Mills. And so, yeah, they can sign Jimmy Garoppolo, but he ain't going to want Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But hear me. Happy for D'Amico. Happy for Adam Peters. Expect to see a lot of head coaches on their way out. I mean, a lot of staff from the 49ers on their way out. Now, I don't mind losing D'Amico. I will mind losing Adam Peters. But if he's going to get it, if somebody's going to offer him a general manager job, then so be it. Let's talk about some of these accolades, right? Because this is what I know y'all want to get down to. And then we got some news. I got some news right here, prefaced up, man, and I can't wait to talk about it. We got an injury update. I forgot there was one injury. It was the Demetrius Flanagan fouls. It happened so early in the game that I forgot about it. It was a back injury. We're going to talk about that, okay? So a neck injury, excuse me, because it's related to the back. And we'll talk about that in a second. But hear me out. Brandon Ayuk joins the 1K club. I mean, you got to give the guy the round of applause. He's been a dog all season. Shout out to everybody out there that said that Brandon Ayuk was the number 1 wide receiver. I still think Debo is the number 1, but Brandon Ayuk definitely showed out this season. Debo missed a few games. Ayuk's number was called. Here's the cool thing about Ayuk, right? The dude continues to progress. And he continues to find ways to stay healthy. And so that's a scary thing. When you listen to him talk, you can tell he's the ultimate competitor too, right? Like, I don't sense the diva in him, but he's definitely starting to be kind of like an asshole. I'm starting to get that. I love the dude, but I'm starting to get that. T.O., Chad Johnson. I'm trying to think of some of the fun players it was to watch, but they were buttholes like that. And it's cool. If that is who he is, I want him to be that, because he produced this year. He went over the 1,000 club mark. So shout out to Brandon Ayuk, man. Congratulations, young fella. Young King, keep doing your thing, baby. Nick Bosa is the 2022 NFL sack leader, 18 and a half. He needed 1.5 more sacks to break the team record. That damn Raiders game. I'm telling you, it was that Raiders game, yo. I'm telling you, it was that Raiders game. But you know what? To lead the league in sacks is crazy. He's going to be the defensive player of the year. Yep, I see you, West Coast. I got you, bro. He's going to be the defensive player of the year. It's clear and present danger. What an accolade for a guy that didn't even win comeback player of the year when he had 15 sacks. Didn't he have 15 and a half sacks the year he came back from the ACL injury? Or am I bugging out? My brother Chris, what's going on, baby? I see you, CB. The original starting five cast is in here. The only person missing is my man V George. But it was crazy, man. Shout out to everything that you're doing with your new show too, Chris, man. You and Tommy, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to the crew. My girl Francis. I see y'all over there on Twitch. Yeah, y'all doing y'all thing. Defensive player of the year, though, is definitely coming soon, man. Definitely coming soon. Like when we say coming soon, though, we mean this year. Okay. I see some news on here in the chat, and we'll go ahead and talk about that. I'm going to get back to the accolades, though. Niner Rich just wanted to point out Greenlaw and Aaron Banks are expected to return to practice this week per Kyle Shanahan. I got some news that I'm going to be reading off very shortly. And then we'll go ahead and get up out of here, man. You know what I mean? We'll go ahead and get out here. VZ, no one loves Victory Mondays more than your boy Breezy, man, because we've been celebrating 10 of them. And after this week on my birthday, we can celebrate 11 of them, baby. 11 of them. So Melissa, this is why I love Melissa, right? Because she says, yes, he did, Breezy, and no votes for defensive player of the year that year or comeback player of the year. Straight up disrespected. Here's the one thing, I'm not going to pull up the clip because it's a tad bit boring. The one thing I love about Nick Bosa is he keeps it nitty gritty, right? He said this, and I'm paraphrasing it. He was like, so what do you do? You know, he's like, I'm a hermit. I'm in bed by 8:30. He said, I'm in bed. I'm asleep by 8:30. And I said, how can you be asleep at 8:30, man? It's like, I forgot they on the West Coast. So he's asleep in bed by 8:30, and then he starts his prep. I'm dying to know what the hell time Bosa gets up in the morning. It's probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then he starts his regiment. You get what I'm saying? I love it. That's Nick Bosa. Whatever he's doing, I'm hoping that the rest of the team does what he does. And there was another player that said something about, yeah, man, I don't want to see them. I don't want y'all going. Now, maybe it was George Kittle. Maybe it was definitely a vet. It was Brandon Ayuk, maybe. Because he talked about being a veteran. I can't remember off the top of my head. I watched these before I went to sleep. You ever studied for a test like before you went to sleep and you just tried to remember everything and you did well on the test? I'm failing the test right now. I can't remember everything that I heard. Okay. 49 security second. We talked about that. Brock Purdy set the franchise record for TD's thrown. Now, I'm confused because some people said it was 13, and this graphic that we pulled up says 11. So I definitely want to point this out. And I want y'all to see why the 49ers are winning. It was George Kittle. Thank you, bro. I knew it was a vet. I definitely knew it was a vet. So here we go, right? So Brock Purdy finishes first. Since becoming a starter, week 14 in the league, he finishes first, okay? He finishes first, 119 rating, 11 TDs first. Pass TDs per attempt, 8.9%, number one. Passing yards attempt, 8.85. The Shanahan pass, this is kind of like his game plan. And then as far as wins, Brock Purdy is 5 and freaking 0. What are we not standing up cheering for? 6 and 0 if you ask somebody. 6 and 0 if you really want to ask somebody. That's Brock Purdy. And again, the moment he came in that Miami game, another player spoke about it at the presser. I think it was George Kittle. I think Kittle said, hey, man, you saw it. Like, why you keep asking me about this kid? The moment he came in and dominated in the Miami game, you knew. We knew. And we weren't believers. It took me 3 games. I'm sorry, Brock. It took me 3. It took me 3 games. Well, it took me 2.5 games. Or what did you guys say? 2 3/4 games? Because he played for 3/4 of that game. So it took me 2 3/4 of a game to really sit there and say, Brock, I wanted him to be tested against the next team's defense. Yes, I did. And then I wanted him to be tested again. Well, I wanted him to be tested in his first start. And then I wanted him to be tested in the next game defense. And then after that, I was all there on Brock Purdy. Just check the shows on YouTube. Again, if you guys like what you see, man, hit that like button. I'm telling you. I'm all in. I'm all in. Brock right now, I'm all in. Brock future, I'm all in. It is what it is. All right? And it is what it is. 11 starts, overall 13 in 6 games. So it's from the starts. He started, we talked about that, in 5 games. He got 2 TDs in the Miami game. That's a total of 13. So we're talking about Rookie of the Year stats for Brock Purdy. And all he's doing is going out there playing football. I just want to read this excerpt on Brock Purdy, 2022's Mr. Irrelevant. Purdy has won each of his 5 starts. In doing so, Purdy has become the first quarterback since at least the 1950 to start his career 5-0 and throw multiple pass scores in each of those games, breaking a tie with Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. Great movie, too, by the way. Check out the Kurt Warner movie. It's not the name of it. Can't think of the name off the top of my head. But I'm telling you, the movie will get you into football. If you're not a diehard football fan, that movie would do it. Purdy has thrown at least 2 touchdowns in 6 straight games. Quest for 6. Joining Justin Herbert, which is what we talked about, who threw in 7, as the only rookie with streaks of 6+ games. 6+ games. This boy, Brock Purdy, is out here balling out, putting up Rookie of the Year stats, coming in at week 14. I don't know what he would have been starting week 1. I don't know. I don't know if Kyle would have trusted him like he does now. A lot of people says Kyle has no choice. Ooh, y'all might be on to something. I'll save that conspiracy for another show. Kyle has no choice but to trust him. He ain't got nobody else. Whoever said that, y'all might be on to something. That's why he might be letting Brock be Brock. Anyway, some good news. 49ers, we talked about those accolades. Again, George Kittle, man. George Kittle's out there playing ball too, man. You know, I put this out there because first 6 seasons, he moves past Travis Kelce. George Kittle also finished with 11 touchdown receptions. I think it's Devontae Adams up there. I think Travis Kelce had 12, and then Kittle at 11. I was hoping he can get one more just to tie it. You know what I'm saying? Just to tie it, you know. That's what I was hoping, but it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Hey, it is what it is. Okay. But Kittle was out there playing some of the best football of his career. And didn't Kittle miss a game or 2 this season? I'm just saying he missed a couple of games. Like he didn't play. Why am I whispering? Didn't Kittle miss a couple of damn games? I don't remember him playing in Chicago, but I could be wrong. It's not a Kittle contract year. That's a great question. Is Purdy for real? Nope. They renegotiated his contract, remember? So Kittle's going to be making more money over a longer period of time because they had to do some working some stuffs out. So I don't think it's a contract year for Kittle. Some people are saying yes, but I don't think it's a contract year for Kittle. I don't. I believe that they renegotiate his thing. I can't remember. Or whatnot. I thought that's what happened. Did I see the thing with his grandmother? I sure did. Kittle's grandmother, shout out to Pocket the Cheesecake and Melissa. Pocket Cheesecake's grandmother was at the game, and his grandmother told him that he was going to have a great game. So, Kittle, whatever we need to do, happy birthday to your grandmother. She's celebrating her 100th birthday. Whatever we need to do to get her out there, okay? whatever we need to do to get her to these other games, I think you might want to go ahead and do it. Matter of fact, put her up in the pad, bro. Put her up in the pad. You and the wife could take a couple of weeks off, of the nitty-gritty stuff and just put her up in the pad. You know what I'm saying? Put her up in the pad. Let her stay there. She ain't got to travel. And let her rock out. She's going to be in California for a couple of weeks, dog. Put her up in the pad. That's what I would do if I was George Kittle. I'm sure he's watching the show, cussing me out. But anyway, remember at the beginning of the season, George Kittle unfollowed me? No, he blocked me. He blocked me. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I did, but he definitely blocked me. And then whatever y'all did, he unblocked me. So you guys are the real MVPs out there. Round of applause for you guys. Again, man, almost 200 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And please, if you're not already subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to join. Got a couple more news we want to get through. Trying to keep the shows to an hour max. I know people want to go over the hour time, and I get it. I promise tomorrow, Hot Topic Tuesday, I'm going to get you guys on the show. Wednesday, we'll do the Kahoot. We'll preface the game, preview the game, all that good stuff. And that Wednesday evening, I don't think I have anything. So I think I'm going to do the Madden Challenge this Wednesday. Christy Marie, don't you get mad at me if I change it up. Make sure that alert is on. There was an injury I did want to talk about. And I hope you guys aren't mad at me. And I apologize to Demetrius Flanagan-Files, but I do want to read this. This is from Tracy Sandler. She says, Demetrius Flanagan-Files has a neck injury and is listed day-to-day. This is good news. He's listed day-to-day, neck injury. The 49ers hope to also get Aaron Banks, Andre Greenlaw back, and the one that you guys were so happy about, Kevin Givens, will be good to freaking go. Kevin Givens on this defensive line. And here's what I do. I start Givens. I start Armstead inside. I bring in Kinlaw on them short downs when you know that they're going to try to run. Then I might even move. I don't know if I would move. You can't take Armstead off the field. You take out Givens. You bring in the run stuffers. I think personally, hear me out. Kevin Givens, Javon Kinlaw should just replace Hassan Ridgeway in his role. At this moment, he's not getting the pushes that we need to see. He's coming off the injury, guys, and I know y'all don't care, but that's what it is. I think Kinlaw can replenish Ridgeway because they chose to bring back Elijah Mitchell. So I think he can replace Ridgeway's volume. That's what I think should go down. Not saying I'm right. This is what I would like to see. Ambry Thomas irritated his ankle. They'll see how he progresses as well. So shout out to Tracy for putting that news out there. And then Matt Mayoko reported as well. Kyle Shanahan said he is not looking as it is as this upcoming Seahawks game. He is not looking at it as the 49ers have to beat the Seattle Seahawks 3 times. Said their only goal is to beat them on Sunday. So it's a new game plan. And I like this concept, right? New game plan. Who cares if we beat y'all twice? The only game that matters is beating y'all when it counts. And now it counts. Okay? And so that is that. Kyle Shanahan is looking at this game. Fred Warner is looking at it as it's 1-0. It's win or go home. And so, I know a lot of people are saying, hey, we could beat them. We definitely could beat them. Beating them isn't the issue. Okay? Beating them is not the issue. The issue is going out there not beating yourselves from beating them. You dig? Go look at the 4. There was only one loss, and you can argue this. The 49ers would probably have the best record in football if they knew how to not beat themselves. And whatever that means, it means. Whether it's getting penalties at the wrong time, whether it's just turning over the ball at the wrong time. I mean, think about it. They're on the road in Atlanta, and Jeff Wilson Jr. fumbles the ball. The 49ers go down 14 points, and even though they come back, it's a road game. At the end of the day, it's all about momentum. Week 1 on the road in Chicago. Penalties. Costly penalties. Denver, I swear to goodness, if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't step out of that goddamn end zone, we win that game. Chiefs, I don't know what happened to the defense. All I know is it was injury plagued at the wrong time. You were getting guys that were coming back off the IR, and you had guys going on the IR in the same damn game. And you got to give credit to Andy Reid and Mahomes for taking advantage of it. It's part of the game. I'm telling you. 49ers found ways to lose games. If the 49ers continue on this trajectory, this is why, to me, winning that game this Sunday was so important. And I know a lot of people's like, yo, sit the starters, blah, 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 blah. No, they needed to secure the victory before they sat anybody. And I guarantee you, if that game was close like it was in the beginning, them cats would have been out there playing. Y'all just would have had to be mad, and it would have been what it was. But the 49ers needed to have won that game. And they did it. They did exactly what they needed to do. They won that damn game. And that's what makes the 49ers the most dangerous team in the NFL. Couple of things before we get on up out of here, man. Thank y'all so much for joining. I'm not over yet, but here we go. Let's go with offensive player of the game. Guys, put your offensive player of the game in the chat. I promise I'll post it up. We got some super chats we got to get to at the end of the show. If I see any questions prefaced up, you know what I'm saying, I'll make sure I try to answer any questions and Q&A. I like to do Q&A. Elijah Mitchell, to me, was the offensive player of the game. I don't care. Here, this is the stat that stuck out. Y'all can love the 2 TDs, which I do. First game back, first 2 TDs of the season for him. He got 2 TDs. He had 0 TDs all season long. He got 2 in one game with another guy named Christian McCaffrey as the starting running back. You mean to tell me the 49ers, they got a run game? Y'all not going to like this. I'm telling you, I'm saying things y'all don't like. We hit the 200 mark. Give me the goddamn ding ding. Let's go. Hit that like button. Just go back to that 2016 Atlanta Falcons team because they had 2 running backs named Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. And the 49ers have been trying to emulate that for the longest. They've been trying to figure out how can I find 2 dynamic backs that can do the same damn thing but different things at the same damn time. That's what Kyle Shanahan has been doing. Bobby Turner, you better be proud. Anthony Lynn, I ain't heard his name be mentioned since Christian McCaffrey. I'll leave it at that. Yep, I'll leave it at that. Damn, as soon as I gave the shout out to the 200, we lost 5 people, but it's all good. Elijah Mitchell was my offensive player of the game. Okay, here we go about this. All right. So let me see where you guys are going. Let me scroll back up a little bit. What's going on, Fair? Hope all is good, man. You know what I mean? You guys are the worst. I'm just looking at that. Melissa, she starts it off. What's going on, Amateur Draft Scout? Mitchell, offensive player of the game. All right. Mitchell from my man Marcus. Collie says CMC. Perfect setup guy. I love it. I can't take it away from you. Very good plays. That's he had a touchdown as well. It was a screen pass, it was a pass play, passing touchdown. Chrissy 1687 goes with Brock Purdy. My man Zach is going with Kittle. Oh, the energy from Kittle. Kittle is you ever get like a drink, like an energy drink, like a smoothie, whatever, but you get that boost. Kittle's always the boost. Kittle's the boost. I see nobody is going to give my man Debo any credit, but Debo had a couple of plays used as a decoy the majority of the game, but I thought that was all a part of the Shanna plan, right? I'm just going to put him out here because with Debo being out on this field, I could do some things because I got a quarterback that can do some things. CMC, Kittle, Jacqueline went with Mason. I like it. IU gets the stack from my man Jerome. Another CMC. We got another Purdy. Ayuk. Purdy with the offense is multi-dimensional. SC 49er Kel said it's Debo time. I didn't think anybody else would see the Debo thing because he didn't have, as far as statistically wise, but his role, dude, there was a formation that they had to defend. And who do you defend? McCaffrey or Debo? You can't defend both. And I don't even think they used any of them on that play. It was crazy. They had somebody totally different. Okay. I was most excited, Shadow Vision. I was most excited to see Mitchell be strong. I mean, not strong, but finishing the runs. Okay. Kittle for Lee Ann, Klein, Kittle for you. Hey man, it's to each their own. You want to know the most? I saw you put it in there, Terradome. But the thing that stuck out to me most about Elijah Mitchell, 5 carries, 55 yards. Please do the math, somebody. Somebody else, but Terradome. Somebody do the math. 5 into 55. That's how many yards per carry he averaged. 5 into 55, or 55 divided by 5. However you want to say it, whatever floats your boat, that's how you do it. That's how many yards per carry he averaged. Ever since Christian McCaffrey's been here, and when he would play, he was averaging the most yards per carry. it was like the defenses don't know how to defend him. Like they don't, what do we do? Because Christian McCaffrey's on the field, lined up, and now you got Elijah Mitchell. We got it. It's clearing out. Kyle Shanahan's in his bag. And shout out to Kyle Shanahan giving props to the offensive freaking line who gave up some pressures. We'll talk about that a little bit later. 11 yards, man. 11 yards per carry, man. That's huge. That's why he got my offensive player of the game. Defensive player of the game. Now, this is going to be tricky. I'm not going to tell you my defensive player of the game before. I want y'all to put y'all defensive player of the game up here before I give you mine. So, defensive player of the game, put it in the chat on your mark, get set, hit it. I don't know if he gets extended. Jerome in the house? I don't know, bro. I feel like that's a player that's going to get offered a contract, and he going where D'Amico goes, so he could take some of them dudes. All right, let's see if you guys can match up. Anthony Cook says Gibson. Bobby Robinson, Gibson. Christy Marie says Gibson. Amateur Draft Scout says Gibson. Crazy Juice says Gibson. My man JJ Cabell says, hey, Breezy, can I get the dog noise? Because you can get the damn dog noise. I got to make the face, too. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Another 49er Jeff Gibson, defensive player of the game, the mother freaking faithful. Christine 6087, Gibson. All right. My man 49er Raj 209 says, I met Hufunga. So you're going to come on my show and tell us how you met Hufunga without getting your boy Breezy some type of birthday present, man. What kind of family are we here? Come on, man. I'm just messing with you, bro. Congratulations on meeting him, man. Boats. Oh, wait a minute. Zach, you said the faithful. Here we go. You want to know how the faithful got the defensive player of the game from Zach? A 4th and 1 stance again. 3 times in a row for me, for this defense. Just don't go for it on 4th down. That, like, how the freak did we not talk about that earlier on the show? It doesn't matter. We talk about it now. Don't go for it on 4th down. And then when it was like a 4th and long, Diamador Lenore comes up with the tackle in space. Because if Diamador Lenore misses that tackle, that is a 1st down and something more. Y'all better get that man some credit. He might get beat and burnt, but boy, he only didn't give it 1 touchdown all season long. Cut the goddamn boy some slack. But stop giving up the big play, Demo. Boats with the Bosa. Jordan Willis, 31. You guys know who that is. Guys, my Fred Warner. Peachy says Fred Warner too. Okay. Peachy also says Fred. I'm not sure if she's able to watch the show, but she's definitely hit me up. Fred Warner. I like it. I like it. His energy's crazy. And he's still the best damn linebacker in football. He didn't lead the team in tackles. Al Shire actually led the team in tackles. Actually, Diamador Lenore led the team in tackles, but Al Shire had the most as a linebacker. I like that. But Melissa, George Odom, I like that. The unsung, that interception. I like it. So my defensive player of the game is Deshaun Gibson because, in my opinion, he the most underrated player on the 49ers. And I put that out there before this game. If y'all not following me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter because at WayneBreezie on Twitter is a little different. Make sure you follow me there. But I did put it out. I put the interception that he got, and I've been on his coattail all season long. I told you when he has to play better, but he's been consistent. He's still giving up plays, and he almost still dropping interceptions because he almost dropped that second one. He told you why too, right? But if you didn't get a chance to check out his presser, I promise I'll put out some clips that I felt like stuck out the most from him. But check out his presser. It was the most heartfelt one out of all of them. The kid is balling. Man of faith. It's really good to hear, him talk and things like that. But you know what I'm saying? VZ with the come on. I like that. Come on, man. I forgot what show that was. It was definitely a football show. But Deshaun Gibson gets it, man. Like the kid is playing, and I call him a kid because he's a kid. I don't care if he is a super duper veteran. The kid is playing some of the best football. He said, and I quote, I can see this. He's having the most fun that he's ever had in his football career. When you're having the most fun that you've ever had in your football career in like year 45, Gibson out there balling. You know what I'm saying? Gibson's out there balling. And I love it. And the best part about him is this is what stuck out to me the most, man. So if you're watching this show, don't put out this clip until I put it out. But I gotta tell you, because it hit me in the heart. It hit me. He said this. Yo, I was sitting here, mad because I wasn't gonna spend I had to spend my birthday at home, and I'm usually in training camp in August. Jimmy Ward gets injured, 49ers gives him a call, boom, he's out there. He immediately moves up to the starting spot opposite Talanoa Hufanga. When you look at a veteran, right? And I'm gonna end it on this point. When you look at a veteran, veterans come in to do a couple of things. That's why I love Peachy, because she wants veterans on this team because they do one thing well. They mentor. If you get the right veteran, they mentor. Talanoa Hufanga at the beginning of the year was having an all-pro season. You can factor in Emmanuel Mosley being out there as well. I think that helped too. But this man, Tashawn Gibson, was a big help to that as well. And hear me out. Then Gibson goes on and says, Hufanga was kind of like looking up to him, but he was looking up to Hufanga. He saw something in that kid that he hasn't seen before. So his goal, he asked Hufanga, what is your goal for this year? Now, guys, Hufanga had 2 goals he mentioned in his football career. He only been in the league 2 times. The goal was the same 2 times. He been in the league 2 years, guys. If you don't remember, 2 times, 2 years, same thing. First year, he wanted to make the Pro Bowl. Y'all forgot that, didn't you? He wanted to make the Pro Bowl as the best freaking special teams player out there. Hufanga wanted to make the Pro Bowl as a special teams player. Shout out to George Odom, too. Second year, he moves up to the starting spot. His next goal, I want to make the Pro Bowl now as a starting safety in year 2. EJ Hunter, second seed feels good, damn it. His goal was to make the Pro Bowl as a safety. Immediately, Tashawn Gibson, they call him Gip, came in and was like, yo, my job is to make sure you make the Pro Bowl. Who does that? Who does that, man? Who does that, y'all? Way to be selfless. I got to go with the unsung hero, George Odom. Not because he just made the interception, but man, did that stand out. And I thought he was going to return it. He ran sideline to sideline. He was running north and south. I'm like, dude, you're going to get tired before you just fall down. He fell down and did an angel. I don't know if it was a snow angel, but he was calling for all the angels to come give him some life back because he was gone. But dang, nice interception. Way to close out the game. Way to help seal the deal. He's been an unsung hero all season long. You could say him. You could say Al-Shaair. You could say there's a bunch of players that have been a lot of Jake Brendel, Daniel Brunskill, unsung hero. I know we don't like to call him that, but man, we ain't skipping a beat. And he probably looks the best he's ever looked in this offense. But I got to go with George Odom. And the reason why I'm going with George Odom is because without him, this special teams is different. And we got a lot of young players on special teams, but George Odom, it has been him, Oren Burks, Demetrius Flanagan-Files, those are the veterans. And then you're able to sprinkle in, and Tavares Moore is like a vet too. Then you're able to sprinkle in the Samuel Womack's, the Ambry Thomases who didn't play in this game. He's got the injury. He's probably not going to play for the remainder of the playoffs. I don't think he's going to be able to shake this injury. He's been injury plagued all season long, but when he's out there, special teams looks better. Look, George Odom gets my unsung hero player of the freaking game, man. He's just been a vet and a savvy vet, and he has goals too, and he's probably the best special teamer in the NFL. I mean, he's just out there doing it for one of the best teams. You know what I'm saying? Pocket the cheesecake. This is exactly what I was trying to say. Odom and Moore getting that gunner roll down. You remember CJ Spillman, who's probably the best gunner. Him and Matthew Slater were probably the best gunners in football during their respective times. Okay? Now, 49ers got it, man. The 49ers got it. So listen, we're going to do more shows this week. We're going to break down much more news. There's going to be practices and all that type of stuff going down. Cool thing is the 49ers get to stay home. Again, the game is on Saturday, guys. I will make sure that you don't miss this motherfucking game. I promise you. I'm going to be there. So I'm going to make sure show-wise we bring you that content. All right? I promise you. Peachy, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. I know you've been under the weather as well. It's funny because I feel like we must have got sick in California because I got sick, you got sick, John is sick. It's crazy. Sick is sick. So it is what it is. Make sure you keep us in your prayers. Let's get to these super chat contributions. Let's get on up out of here. I told myself I'm doing our shows, and for somehow, some way, some reason, y'all don't let me do that. So yeah, I see one question that I was able to start. So let me get to the question first. He says, Breezy, out of all the playoff teams, the Niners ranked first against the run. Nobody can run on us. Yes. I got to give you the yes. Let me tell you this, though. I was watching the Lions game yesterday, and I was saying to myself, Lord, please. Like, I know that they're disqualified, and I'm so happy Seattle won because I did not want to face that run game. Y'all can say what you want. I know we've stopped just about everything, but they got a combination that's deadly. Like, deadly. Jamal Williams, and I think that's his first name. Yeah, him, Williams, and Swift. They're tough. I'm so glad we don't got to play him. You know what I'm saying? Because that might have been a little bit detrimental, man. I might have been saying, man, I don't want to face them dudes, man. Yeah, okay. Well, first game, and our defense got to go against that. Psh, hell nah. I see a couple other questions. Am I going to the game? Yes, I will be there in living color. I will be at the game. I'll do a live show at the end of the game, going from the stadium and things like that. But yeah, so you're right. To go back to your point, don't no other run team fear me. I don't fear no other run game. In the whole NFL, I ain't fearing nothing else. But that Detroit Lions run game was scary. That's why they won the game. You can say that Goff made that throw to clinch the game, but that run game was on point. And shout out to him. Shout out to Williams for breaking Barry Sanders' record. Man, who does that? The Lions are now relevant again, thanks to Jamal Williams. I will say that. Terradome, contributions, Foghorns. Jordan Willis be balling. Jordan Mason be balling. Is it me, or do we have the freshest pair of Jordans in the league? I like how you went Jordan and Jordan, but adding McCaffrey, who rocks the 2-3, because I told y'all don't go to 2-2, stay with the 2-3, because you could be one of the greatest of all time if you stay in the 2-3. So when you add the CMC with the 2-3 and you add Jordan and Jordan, like, it's crazy. So we got Jordans. We got that 23, man. I like, you might not get it, but I get it. I'm only supposed to get it. Thank you for the contribution again as well. He said he was thinking, is this the first time a player has faced a team 4 times in one season? I'm trying to figure out where you're going with that one. 4 times? Let me think. We played him twice, and then we play him again. Who's facing anybody 4 times? Can that happen? Is that possible? I gotta let y'all answer this one, or he can re-answer it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But thank you for contribution. It is what it is. Oh, we were just talking about CMC because he beat that tail when he was with the Panthers, and then he beat him twice when he was with the Niners. Well, once with the Niners. Well, wait. He wasn't there in the first time. I don't know. It is. He did, but he wasn't with the first game, right? He wasn't here in the first game because we played him week 3. So it's still 3. No, this is the 4th. Panthers. I'm off. My math is off. My math ain't mathing. I'm sorry. Bucks, Seattle, Washington. I don't know what that means. Y'all saying CMC. He wasn't with the team week 3, but he was with the Panthers. So he beat him with the Panthers, and then he beat him once with the Niners, and then he'll beat him again. I got 3. Week 2 was Seattle. Oh, my bad. So it was 3. Okay, just making sure. It was week 2. My bad. Thank you, Melissa. Week 2, Seattle. Right, because we were 1-1. Yeah. But that would have been dope because my math wasn't mathing, but That's why we got y'all. You help the math. E-double, what's going on, baby? Can you shoot me the link so I can watch games in the South? It hurts really bad to not see my squad because I'm born and raised in the area. E-double, you're going to have to hit me up. DM me on Twitter or Instagram, bro. I'll let you know what you got to do. Cool? Cool beans. Thank you for the super chat contribution. Guys, what an amazing Monday show. Again, it's Victory Monday. Listen, enjoy y'all's days. I hope to plan to be back tonight with Nitty Gritty. My son isn't feeling well. He's dealing with some stomach constipation issues. That's what the doctor said. So I got to get him right. So definitely going to try to do a show tonight. I'm going to check in with the crew and things like that. Nitty Gritty tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll start previewing the game. How about that? How about we just start breaking down part 3? You know what I mean? We'll start breaking down part 3. All the members of the channel, thank y'all for joining. Guys, if you haven't joined the channel, join the channel. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Like, there are really perks, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway very shortly. I said this week on my birthday, I'm going to be doing a giveaway to all the members of the channel. I'm going to do something nice for the subscribers as well. Once we get to that 2K mark, subscribers, get ready. All right. But for the members, you hold a special place in my heart. All right. So, I appreciate you for your love, everybody for their love and contribution. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you're still here and you didn't do it when you signed in. There wasn't a poll question today, but we'll make sure we get one popping for tomorrow. You guys were super interactive in the chat. Thank you for making the WayneBreezie show like top. I don't care if YouTube puts it at the top. The fact that y'all here and I'm watching these live viewers makes me feel we at the top. Shout out to all the other content creators out there, ones that went on earlier today. I think my man Eric Crocker was on earlier today. Shout out to my man E. I hope to see you this weekend, my guy. Love y'all. Keep everybody in the world in your prayers. Still keep Hamlin in your prayers. He's definitely recovering well. Keep my son in your prayers. And if you guys need prayer, you will always be in my prayers. Love y'all. Did I miss anything? Stay up, stay faithful, and do your boy a favor. Keep it nitty gritty, baby. See y'all tonight. All right, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.